So here is the Z-axis probe that I was given, the touch plate, and if we do a quick measurement, we can see that it's 20 millimeters high. That will become relevant later. There's also, comes with a touch plate, is a clip which, when those two touch, the sensor is activated. Now this terminates in a standard 2.1, I think it is, by 5.5 mil jack. Now this particular model does not have the socket on the back. There are cutouts here, and in the fullness of time, no doubt I will get a panel mounted socket for it. But at the moment, all I've done is to find a Molex connection that fits, and on the end of that just put one of my my sort of prototyping sockets that I can just press the connections there and connect it to whatever I need to do. So that's that part of the puzzle. We'll get that connected up. Now the next thing to understand is where the actual probe appears in the software. So we'll flip over to the PC and take a look at that. Now, to find where this sensor is actually, where the input is a bit of a challenge. In the interface here, if we go to the file settings, it wasn't immediately obvious to me what was needed to be done first, but I did eventually work out that this button here, I/O, gives us a real-time view of the state of each of the limit switches and the inputs and outputs. Now, I don't believe for one moment this actually correlates in reality to what's on the controller board, but hopefully it will do what we need to find out where that actuator is. So now if I switch the control unit on and we go to our sensor, our probe, and touch it, we can see that the limit switch 3 is being indicated, and not only that, that the Z, there's this magenta color, indicates that the limit switch has been activated. So similarly, you could set up limit switches for X and Y, and those are in the box as well. But for our purposes, we now know that it's limit switch 3, which is the probe switch connection. Now, what other parameters do we need to set to get this to work? We've looked at the I/O, we know which limit switch it's connected to now. In the sensor settings up here, tool sensor, this must be enabled. It's disabled by default, and you have the choice of either a fixed sensor, or in our case we're going to be using this movable sensor. And there are various parameters in here that we'll look at, but suffice it to say that needs to be enabled. So when we look at the limit tab, we can see our individual limit switches here, and we know that we're on limit switch 3. If we need to invert it, we'll check this box, but I think we'll be good. But the other thing is that there's nowhere to map an individual limit switch, or indeed any other input, to the tool sensor. I just don't see anywhere of selecting it. Normally I would expect to find, and I think in the Mac 3 software, for example, you map the tool sensor to an individual input, which would kind of make sense. But here, the only way I've found to do it is to make it a single input, so that if any switch is triggered, it will somehow, I have no idea how, wind its way through to the tool sensor. Having done that, we can now see if it works. Here we can clearly see the setup with the little touch plate there and the grounding clip attached to the tool. I've just used a blunt tool in this particular instance, as if anything goes wrong, I don't want to break with my fancy cutters. In the interface, I've just obviously put the Z height up to some arbitrary value, and now we can see the Z tool here, the offset measure offset Z, and we press that, it should go down, stop on the touch plate and retract. To use the thing in anger, once you have performed that task, you then go to the Z offset current Z and click that, and we can see that the Z value has now been set to 0. We then go back to the measure offset button and click that, and we can see in the Z height it is now has a value of 30. Now that 30 is simply an addition. If we go into the settings, what I've done underneath the tool sensor, sensor movable, the retract is set to 5, the height of the touch plate is 20, and the return distance is 5. So the addition of those is obviously 30. So now that we're at 30, if we move the touch plate out of the way and we go to 0, we can see that it's now down onto the base plate, and if I just take this old feeler gauge, it can just about move under there, and this feeler gauge, what remains of it is 4 thou. I think that's as near as damn it, as they say. I hope you found that useful, and please leave a comment if you have any questions down in the comments section, and please read the description.